they've done studies, 60% of the time it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, let's go see if we can make this little kitty purr.
I always love that line. Every single time it works. Every time. No, is it 60% of the time it works? Time? There you go. All right. Well, what's up, everyone? Happy Friday night. Welcome to the weekly Collective Minds, show where we kind of just shoot the shitter and just talk stuff like collectibles, pop culture, and all that good stuff. I'm your host, PJ. So, yeah, it's like I've never done this before, right? I'm like,
I'm still trying to figure out the shoot the shitter thing. I've heard of shoot the shits, but never shoot the shitter.
Well, I want to shoot both. Okay. Well, anyways, we got a nice, small, cozy panel. Ryan is basically, I think he's doing some sort of like food challenge. That's why he couldn't make it. I think he's like trying to swallow sausages or something. I don't know what he's trying to do, but anyway, he's won't be able to make it tonight. But and I think Barb is not feeling well, so we hope Barb you feel better. We miss you, and but we got a nice little short, small panel, and we're gonna have a nice, heartfelt talk about collecting and New York Comic Con. Anyways, obviously these guys need no introduction. You guys know them. We got Ark in the house and Jerry, aka no new pre-orders.
So was that short panel? Was that based on our height?
Well, it's based on other things that anyway.
Well, that makes more sense.
But welcome everyone. So yeah, New York Comic Con was this week, and it was very interesting. It was one of those things like New York Comic Con every year. I always look forward to, right? Like, it's an opportunity to meet fellow collectors. I feel the statue presence in New York Comic Con is huge because you got last time I went, you got Queen Studios. You got XM Studios, you got Sideshow, you got Diamond Select Toys, a whole bunch of other statue companies. I've also heard that another company was trying to make it out to, to New York Comic Con. I forgot the name of them, but anyways, yeah, usually there's a huge statue presence. Obviously, there was a huge meetup last time. I think DCX had a good big meetup. Barb came, a whole bunch of other collectors, and I kind of miss those days where we could get together, but now it's a little different with COVID and everything. So, and speaking of sexy, we got Ohami in the house. What's up, Ohami?
So I'm about to hop out and hop back in. I can't hear.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that was it. That was everything.
That was it.
We're gonna get.
Okay, bye, Ohami. Yeah, but so anyways, Jerry, I know you guys. Well, Jerry and Ark, you guys haven't been to New York Comic Con yet, right?
I've not.
I have tickets.
Oh, you had okay. You had tickets, Jerry?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made you not?
I canceled my trip. Everybody's saying that they weren't going.
Oh, okay.
On Barb and Ohami again, or two pillows.
Yeah, it's a shame because there was not a lot of vendors started pulling out like last minute because I guess they didn't want to spend the money, and then not a lot of people showing up, or because of what's happening, the pandemic, whatever. I think Sideshow decided not to go. XM Studios went, but it was basically the is it GFX distribution?
Yeah, GFX distribution. Right?
So it's not really the whole XM team.
Yeah, it's the North American license.
Yeah, Queen Studios decided to not show up. Who else didn't? Yeah, so like a bunch of collectors decided not to show up as well. Artist Alley, I felt like there's not a lot of artists that went.
Did you go to it, PJ?
New York Comic Con
Yeah.
this year? No, I didn't go. It was just too much, too much to go there and then go through, checkpoints and go there. And not a lot of people are there, or not a lot of companies.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures, and it's kind of now I'm a little bit regretting that I didn't go because there are some people there that I would have liked to see.
Really?
There's some artists that did show up, and it
really?
been really good to get access to them.
Yeah, like who, Jerry?
Well, Jason Metcalf is one of my favorites, and so I always like to get something from him. And there were a couple others. I have to think about it, but shoot now. He did a tour on his Facebook showing Artist Alley, and he was showing the Wednesday before it opened up, and there were several artist booths that I was thinking, I'd have stopped by there, and I would have stopped by there, and I would have stopped by there. And so yeah, I'm a little bit regretting that I didn't go, because it's probably the least populous it'll ever be ever again. So
actually, I thought it was going to be, but like I spoke to some people that went, and they said there was quite a few people there was a lot of people that went. And on top of that, they said that like Saturday was was sold out as well. So
oh really?
Oh wow!
Yeah,
but it's sold but their numbers are lower capacity.
Lower capacity, probably. That's true.
And the aisles are much wider from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
because they're trying to do the social distancing thing. So
yeah.
I think it'll probably be less populated than ever again.
Yeah, I mean, there's always next year, right? I think next year, I think everyone's kind of bringing their A game. A lot of these companies are probably going to like start saying like, hey, we want to make our way out there. I spoke to Queen Studios. They definitely want to make a presence here in the States. So I think New York Comic Con and San Diego Comic Con are the cons that they're looking into coming. I think they said last time it was like a last minute thing, so they didn't have a lot of stuff to show, but they're going to be more prepared next time. So, but in the most part, like I've been to both San Diego Comic Con and New York Comic Con, and New York Comic Con has more of a statue presence than San Diego. Like there's more statue collectors that go out there to New York Comic Con than San Diego.
Do you feel like over the years, or at least the way it seems to me is, let's say 4 years ago, you had a lot of new reveals, or you got a lot of cool stuff. Now it seems like you only get one or two, and then they show a ton of stuff that they're just trying to push that they have a lot of.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about, and let me share one of the links to some of the stuff that they're pushing, which I am actually kind of shocked that Sideshow was really pushing hard on these collectibles, and I think you guys are kind of like kind of know where I'm heading with this one. So here it is. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, this is they're pushing this atomic misfit and highly articulate doll for like it's a doll. It's like literally like a doll that they're promoting on their website. Like, I'm sorry, like I know Sideshow's trying to like broaden their horizons here, but
PJ, can you send me the link? I mean,
sure, Ark. Once, by the way, I ordered a couple. But what the hell's going on? Like
that's cheap too, right?
Yeah, it's $100.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they're trying to go. I think that's what they're like. They're trying to aim for, like lower price, products that that people could, I guess, they could get more money out of it or whatever. I don't really think they're doing too good with their whole statues. You know, has to be something. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, who are they targeting? Who's the target market with this one? I feel like these are like, I don't know.
So are these a buy now or is it a pre-order thing?
Let me just check. Let me click on the
Are
link.
you like what are you trying to find out how long you have to wait to get it?
Exactly. I need to know what day I need to take off work.
It's a pre-order, dude. Hold on.
So here's why I bring that up. What I have done, at least in the past, I've tried to order some of the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff that they had on their website for sale or pre-order, and I've tried like 2 or 3 different times, and all of them they refund my pre-order and cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious if this is like them testing the waters, where a lot of this stuff, if they don't get enough pre-orders, do they just say, "Hey, we tried, but we don't have enough interest. We're not going to do it."
Yeah,
Unless somebody out there has, gotten one of these in before.
Yeah, I mean,
I wanna
this
see
is
pictures.
this is like their Atomic Misfit line. Oh, it's a company. Barb, it's where this one is. It's the same company that makes this cute little.
Don't show her that. What the fuck? Dude, are you like contemplating behind my like what are you guys talking about behind my back?
By the way, Barb,
I'm fucking working and Barbara sends me this little fucking dog. Oh, I want this shit. What the fuck?
By the way, look. By the way, you cannot return this item.
It's not returnable.
It's not returnable.
Wow.
Why would you want to?
Oh, look at that! Isn't that cute, Ohami?
It's adorable.
What the fuck?
I'm going to glue this to my mailbox.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what Barbara is like. Just what the fuck is she collecting? Like you're just like all over the place, bro.
I'm not all over the place. I like horror looking stuff. Like I like.
That's not even horror. That's like some weird shit.
Creepy dog. Like I just wanted to. So okay, I want it because I want to put it in my living room, like on the couch, and then have my dogs just go around and see what the fuck they do with it.
They'll probably hump the
They're
shit.
probably yeah. But anyway, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on Sideshow. Like, I mean, I feel like sometimes Sideshow loses their essence by like really going crazy with, with all this stuff that they're getting, like, or they're trying to sell on their website. It's crazy.
I don't know. I think that they like, man, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of disappointed in them as a statue company as a whole,
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to think a lot better of them, to be honest. Like I don't. Like it's like even their cons. It's like I don't even really bother watching them anymore. Like every once in a while, like I watch their cons and I see nothing but Hot Toys, and I get there's a market for that, right? So I get there's a market for that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have me like 4 days, 5 days watching nothing but Hot Toys, it's like, yo, remember me? Like I buy your $600 statues, to show me something. Right?
Yeah, I mean, even like, but here's the thing with Hot Toys, right? Like, even Hot Toys collectors are kind of like overwhelmed because there's a lot of like stuff, a lot of figures, a lot of characters are coming out, but they're expensive. Like Hot Toys is getting up there in terms of price. Like, I think they released like a Carnage figure, which is like $500.
Yeah,
and
crazy.
Which is crazy because for $150 more, you could buy the quarter scale Carnage by Daniel Bell, which is like, and I think a lot of the collectors are kind of like, they're like kind of like getting.
I wonder if you're like if you're like a Hot Toy collector, right? So like the difference between going full blown like premium format status and Hot Toys, the difference. I wonder, was it like the price? Is it like the price? Because if it's the price, I mean, if you're going $500 for Hot Toys, you might as well just buy, like you said, you might as well buy a statue, right?
Yeah, well, it wasn't like that in the past with Hot Toys collectors. There's, I I think an average hot toy back then was like $200. Like, and when I say back then, like 2 or 3 years ago, right? But now, like, I think it's slowly creeping up where hot toys prices are like $300 to $500.
So is it
And
even so is it even like worth it to collect them anymore?
in me, I'm like completely like slowing down like with them. I'm not even like really picking up a lot of like hot toys, to be honest. Like, and there's something like, actually that's a topic I wanted to talk about later, is that like, you know, is like collecting like a selfish or like you know, like a good thing? Is this a selfish hobby? You know, when I say selfish, like, you know, there are people out there, and I'm talking about like hot toys also, like where they want to complete a collection, and then, you know, they go crazy buying everything, and then when they're done, it's like they spent like, you know, close to like $15,000 to $20,000 and stuff, right? And that's just like maybe like one aspect, one genre, and that's not even including other things that, you know, they might be collecting, you know. So it's like, but it's you know, like with everything going up in price, like now, like, you know, shipping, there's taxes now on statues, you know. You know,
Yeah,
where's this?
I remember Miami never. I remember like Florida didn't have no. Like I would you know, it's kind of crazy because you know you used to buy the statues and I never used to look at the like the shipping was always like $30 or whatever, you know, and then taxes I would never even care about taxes because, you know, Florida didn't get like taxed or whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, so I got like even the points, right? So I got like $150 in points or whatever. And I look at it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go buy a statue with the 150. I'm like, yo, dog, this shit's going just in shipping and fucking taxes. Like, what the fuck is the point of the points?
Yeah. No, I totally agree, man. Like, even the points back then, I think someone pulled up their purchase order and stuff of like statues and hot toys that they bought back in the day. I think they gave more in rewards points in Sideshow than they do now. So they like actually cut back in like the amount of rewards that you get for a statue. You know,
You don't think it's 5%?
what's up?
It used to be 5%. You don't think it's 5% anymore?
I don't think so. I mean,
I thought it was 2% now.
yeah, it's 2% now.
What?
Maybe I'm thinking of the
No, 2% is the referral stuff.
yeah.
No, I think it's still 5%.
Yeah.
But I think now, you know, I think the difference is now it's like you kind of see your points less with the whole tax thing, you know, going back to the whole tax thing and the shipping thing. It's like I get taxed on, like, now if I have like $100 of points, dollars, whatever, you know, I'm getting taxed for this shit. So my points are just going to the fucking taxes. So like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not really. I do like their whole Sideshow second website thing that they did.
That was nice.
But it's
I
like,
think,
you know.
yeah.
That's crazy. But hey, Ahami, to kind of go back to what you were talking about with the hot toys, you know, now that for $100 more you can get a premium format. But I would imagine, I mean, not speaking from experience because I've never collected hot toys, but when you're from all the hot toy collections I've seen, you know, most hot toy collectors have got them in those what are the glass displays and have multiple of those, right? So
Like the detox and stuff.
yeah. Yeah, so you would imagine their whole collection is set for a certain height piece. And if you go all out and spend all that money on all that display, to make the jump, I would seem, you would almost think, well, it's not worth it. I spent all this money on the display, all these figures. So to make a jump for, you know, now the price has changed, I can jump $100. Well, not only that, yeah, $100 will get you a quarter scale piece. But you're not going to get anywhere close to the same amount of characters in a premium format or a quarter scale statue that Hot Toys has put out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I get that, but I wonder if maybe they'll like. I mean, when you start looking at money, right? So money makes the world go round, right? So money makes basically money.
My mother.
Money makes everybody's decisions here. You know, oh, if you want a statue and if it's too much money, oh, the hell with that, you know.
Right.
So I wonder if they'll just go like, they'll do Diamond Select, or the once they start hitting the 1/6, or Cordoba or I mean Cordoba coming out with some pretty cool stuff too, I mean
It's getting expensive.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't see, like, me personally, right? like I don't see me like constantly. And I get like it's just me because I don't really collect them, so I get how people might have different mindsets, but I don't see myself paying no $500 for no hot toy, and I'm not trying to downgrade a hot toy or anything, and I don't collect it, but regardless of that, it still lasts a lot of money for a 1/6 scale, whatever.
Yeah.
When you compare it, they were $200 back in the day, or a couple months ago, or a couple years ago.
Well,
I'm curious to see what that Ghost Rider you showed. I wonder what that's 1/6. I wonder what that's going to come in at.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is 1/6.
Yeah, that PCS is 1/6.
Yeah, I was gonna say too is like even what was I gonna say the XM Studios 1/6 scale. Those stuff was like $500-$600.
Yeah, they are pretty expensive, but that's also I guess they do have a North American license for that too.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, right? When you kind of think about it, that's one of the main regions that like Iron Studios is like blowing up with their 1/10 line. I mean, think about it. Them things are like them things are like what $150 each, and you collect as many as you want, and it's $150, bro. So it's like you could maintain your habit, you know what I'm saying? Your habit of getting new pieces, and it's $150, $170, and it doesn't break you, and you still get your favorite characters. I think that's why Iron Studios is like getting on another level.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and here's the thing too is like when do we like in terms of like the hobby itself, right? It's like can we collect the way we used to? Because back then it was a lot. No, I think we really have to be like very selective. Because that Batman versus Joker, that's 2006. Now include the shipping.
Yeah,
that's like $3,000. And listen, I'm no saint here. Like I bought like a $4,000 Space Monkey, and I think seriously, like ever since I bought that $4,000 Space Monkey, like, and I'm talking about Salacious Crumb, like I think that just like it made me like step back and say, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, part of the problem that I'm dealing with, that I know a lot of other people are dealing with, is we committed to things years ago, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And these things are coming up, and the shipping has put a giant bite into everything. So you can't even budget anymore.
And the whole shipping, the whole shipping thing is like one of those things where it's like, fuck, man. Like I really don't, to be honest, when I see these shipping things and stuff like that, it really makes me think like twice about getting something, because I've had a statue that's been shipping for the past 7 months, and I still haven't got it.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm like, okay, so do I really want to do this economy shit or do I want to spend the extra couple $100 but if it's like $1,000,
something's wrong there.
I don't even want to bother. But then again, if I have to wait 8 months to get a statue, like I don't even want the statue anymore. Like it kind of takes the fun out of it, right?
Yeah.
It takes the fun out of it, because it's like an itch. I want to I want to get a new statue. Boom, I want to like experience it, whatever. But I ain't gonna wait no 8 months to get no statue.
Yeah. And the thing too is that like, hey, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from collecting. You do what I mean, everyone's situation is different, right? Like my situation is different from Arch's situation, from Jerry, from Mohami's. You guys collect whatever you collect, but I'm speaking for myself here, is that like I think now like collecting for 5 years now, I'm slowly trying not trying. I am really slowing down in the game and just really like trying to hone down in what I want what I'll be happy with. Because at the end of the day, like for me, it's like it really comes down to if I'm wearing the same clothes over and over again, right? Like because I want to buy a statue, or like I get mad at my wife. It's like, oh, I want to buy like this $400 pair of shoes or something. I don't know. I'm just making, and you're like, no, that's too much money. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm gonna buy this $4,000 like statue. It's like when does it become like selfish? So I'm in that situation right now. I got my kids like growing up. Like my oldest one is gonna go to college in a couple years. So, I wanna just make sure like I'm doing the right thing in terms of collecting, where I'm not like going to feel guilty about it later on. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's certainly a concern, right? And
yeah,
I wonder how the whole thing's going to go.
yeah.
I think everybody you talk to is slowing down. Everybody and there's truly slowing down. I'm not just saying I'm slowing down.
Yeah, there's one thing
Um,
about slowing down, and there a lot of collectors are starting. They hit me up too, like with Hot Toys collectors. Like, yeah, man, they're bombarding me. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
And
But it
you have
still seems like the stuff is selling. So I wonder if there's going to be a lag before the market actually catches up, or if there were enough new people in the hobby to keep the train rolling.
yeah. It's one of those things too. Is like when you think about it, right? Like in terms of collectibles, back then there wasn't really a lot. There was like the Marvel films, right? But now you got Marvel, DC, you got Star Wars too, like pumping out all these shows on like Disney Plus and the streaming services. So now they're pumping out all these collectibles, all these merchandise, right? Like people want to get, can you truly, honestly, unless you're like Mr. X, right? Like that could buy everything. But in the most part, can you really truly keep up with the hobby? And I'm not trying, like I said, I'm just curious because back then, and you could buy a piece, and then if you don't want it, you could sell it and try and still make your money back or then some, right? And
Yeah.
then be able to fund you use the money that you got from the hobby to buy more stuff for the hobby. Can we still do that if prices are kind of getting ridiculous? And now there's this whole thing with PayPal, right? Like with the what's that called? The
Yeah, the 1099K.
the 1099K. So not only are you getting taxed on like the stuff that you buy, you're getting taxed when you sell the stuff that you bought.
Well, I mean, that I've got to talk to an accountant, but I think that if you keep really good records, you will be able to offset because if you buy something for $1,000 and you turn around and you sell it for $1,050, your profit that you pay tax on is $50. But they're not going to keep your records for you. They're just going to show that you had a gross income of $1,050. So you'll have to justify the cost of it being $1,000.
Yeah, I mean that's cool and all, but like, how about like when you're, you buy a piece from, like, say if I buy a piece from you, Jerry, right?
Yeah.
How's that like work out? And
Well, you
if
have to keep records. You'll have to keep track of it. Either that or
that's kind of annoying too, right?
Yeah, sure it will be. It'll be a real pain in the ass.
And here it is.
Yep.
Yeah. This is what they're
right.
talking.
Anything over $600. Right now, it's $20,000 plus 200 on PayPal. 200 transactions.
Well, cash is king.
Yeah, right. I mean, but then it means local. So for you, that's good, PJ, because you're in an area where there are a lot of collectors, and you could do a lot of face-to-face transactions. At least it sounds that way.
Yeah.
Where I'm at, that isn't happening.
Local rest stop, Jerry?
Yeah, no, that's all we have up here are squirrels and chipmunks and coyotes and bears.
If I live near Ark, I'll be like, "Hey, Ark, I'll meet you at the local rest stop in stall number 2."
Well, stall number 2, I can be in 3 and 2 at the same time, if you remember.
Don't worry. You'll see the sign. You'll know when the transaction's about to happen.
I just think of Dumb and Dumber with Seabass. He finds him in the bathroom.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's just I'm curious, and that's a topic I want to dive into a little bit later. But I guess we were talking about it a little bit now. But let's talk about Sideshow Con. Anybody? I mean, I know Hami wasn't really pleased about Sideshow Con, and I felt like Sideshow didn't really show any.
I like I like the PCS. I like the PCS. I like the Wolverine, to be honest.
Should we call this Sideshow Con or PCS Con? I'm confused.
Or Hot Toys Con. I mean, that's what I was about to say too. Is don't call it Sideshow Con, because how many pieces were actually Sideshow that they that they had out there?
Yeah.
They only show, I think they only really showed the stuff they're still trying to push out, right?
Yeah, because I know Rogue and Gambit was there. The Superman that's got Brainiac. I mean, they still had that one. How many years now has that been at a con?
It feels like it was more like a like those channels that you watch with people selling you stuff and stuff. Yeah. What do you call those channels? Man, I don't know, man. Huh?
I know what you're talking about with all the info.
Like the Home Shop or something.
Yeah. That's what I felt like. Okay. Like we still have this item available, so go buy it. We still have this item available, so go buy it. We don't have the exclusive, but we still have this one to go buy it. Like, man, show me something new. Don't show me something you're still trying to sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's this girl, by the way? Lady.
That's
Lady Death.
Lady Death.
With Coffin Comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys like her or anybody like? No.
I don't know the character, so.
Me either. I just know her name.
Yeah.
She looks good, but I wouldn't put her in my collection. I've got a dog.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't put her in my collection.
Yeah, that's a tough sell.
Yeah. How about the Ghost Rider? You said this is 1/6?
1/6. It's 1/6. Yeah, this looks nice for 1/6. I'm wondering what the price is going to be.
Well, I was gonna say, is this from the video game or?
No, I think it's from a comic book.
It is from a comic book. Okay.
So that Ghost Rider, have they? Has anybody still having issues with that translucent resin changing colors or shape or anything like that? Have they?
I had the Sideshow one, the one that came out. What year did that shit come out? I don't know. What year did the Ghost Rider we had? The one
like about 3 years ago?
No, the old one, the one with the Nicolas Cage.
That shit came out like in
2010 or something like that. And
pretty old.
And I don't have no problems with the resin, like the color changing or anything like that.
The color hasn't changed, but the clear resin, it's delicate at this point.
Yeah, if you touch it, like it kind of
like so the base is skinny and then it's got the flames around it, and there's instances where I picked it up to move it around, and if I press too hard on the resin, it's like the tips will break.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a big deal to me because it's not something I plan on selling anyways. So I like that statue. It doesn't really bug me, but it has broken in little, like the little flames on little corners here and there. Like you can't tell unless you really nitpick it, but it has broken a couple of times. Like the
I've had it for like 11 years.
Flames and stuff.
Like 11 years.
I don't know. I think it's 2007 or something. Huh? I think it's older.
I like that Ghost Rider y'all have. That one. I thought about getting it, and I want to get the legendary scale bust.
It's real nice, Ark. If you get it like in person, it's really nice. Like you'll really like it.
Yeah.
They have the other one.
I don't know if it was in 20. To be honest, I don't know when.
It was older.
I think it was older, or maybe 7 or 5 or something. I don't know. I know.
It's been a while.
But you're gonna love it. Like if you get it, and it's pretty cheap. I think it's like $300 or something.
Yeah.
Or 400 maybe.
I always wanted to get the companion for it. The other Ghost Rider,
the
old school.
The one with the
cowboy
hat.
Yeah.
The one with the cowboy hat.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So here's the Leatherface, which by the way, I am scared of this person because I don't know if you guys watched the original Texas Chain. Oh my gosh, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that scared the bejesus out of me when I was young. when he took that girl and hung her on the hook, I was just like, oh my gosh, what is this? Oh, it was creepy. But but PCS is diving into the horror game here, and it looks pretty good. I mean, like it's creepy and it scares me, but I have to admit, it looks pretty good.
Like, PCS is doing some good stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like they're doing good stuff, but Sideshow hasn't really done anything. You know?
I don't really think this really looks like the character from the movie.
Yeah, I don't either.
The PCS?
No,
No,
Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, Dolph Lundgren.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
looks more like a Street Fighter character.
like Gao.
like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the other. These are 1/3, right?
I don't know that for sure, but PCS does a lot of 1/3 stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick any of these up. I'm too freaking scared of these characters.
Yeah, I think they look really good. But yeah, that'd be a terrifying collection. Have you seen the YouTuber? I can't think of the channel, but all he collects is horror stuff. I mean, he's got a huge collection. It's nothing but horror stuff. It's really impressive. But again, I could only imagine like just sitting in that room and be like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, like I would have to douse myself with like freaking holy water, but but the thing is that like, man, like I mean, there are like really like really hardcore horror fans out there. I mean, good for them. I'm a wimp, so I can't collect any of these things. Here's the Mandalorian premium format, which has like an edition size of 7,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I think they're trying to sell this statue. Anyway, but I think this looks good. Like I like the shiny armor and stuff.
I like the floating effect. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, the floating effect looks pretty cool. I think this is the final production piece, so I think it came out pretty good, pretty cool. Up some bases. Oh my gosh, that thing is freaking! I can't, dude.
And that's not sculpted hair, right?
I think that's a real person's hair. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
The victim's hair.
The victim. That's a real victim's hair. Yeah. I think it's might be rooted hair or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure horror fans are happy with that release. Here's the Deadpool. I don't know. You guys, anyone pick this up or not? Right?
I'm kind of Deadpooled out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
I have a Deadpool custom coming, and I've got the OG Sideshow.
It's going to be X-Force, Jerry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not talking about Hot Toys, but I'm definitely talking about QMX. I think that's what they're called. I think these are cute. These little like figurines for $20 and stuff.
Yeah, especially the Predator one. That was really cool, and it's got Arnold's in the puddle or whatever. Like,
oh shoot, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, right there where your cursor was.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, here's the piece. Tweeterhead, should I say, showed some stuff like the He-Man stuff.
Yeah, they're killing that He-Man line.
Yeah, dude. Because I think they get Dave Igo, who used to work for Sideshow.
Yep. He's their art director now.
Yeah, he's doing great stuff, man. I don't understand why they let him go. I mean,
at Sideshow, I don't know, but I missed all He-Man stuff, so that's after my time. So I'm glad because I'd be going crazy to pick that stuff up.
I had the original Sideshow He-Man and Skeletor, but
nice. I think they're in scale with this, right? They're 1/5.
Yeah, they're in scale, but
so the Tweeterhead is picking up that line, is what's going on, right?
Which is great if you're a He-Man collector.
Sure.
I sold my pieces because I can't keep up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it crazy that Tweeterhead started with RuPaul, and now they're doing He-Man and all these other lines?
Yeah, they're doing awesome. Here's some Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Which is this? Oh no, this is made by Critical Role. I'm not sure. Here's the QMX stuff. Here's PCS with their Spider-Man video game.
This is quarter scale.
I think it might be 1/6. I'm not sure. It's a smaller scale.
Okay.
Jerry, did you sell your what is it 1/3 scale?
I did not.
That thing's really cool.
Yeah.
Yep. No interest.
Here's some more Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, here's the Venom and Carnage Hot Toys. This is the one I was talking about, homie. This one's like $500 in the back.
That's like crazy to me, bro. 500 bucks for that?
Yeah, this is 400 on the left here. The Venom. Yeah.
Even 400, like that's crazy to me. Like I'm pretty sure like you could get like a good deal with the Sideshow premium format, the Venom one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you could get like a good deal, like and get it for like $400. Like that's crazy to me to pay $400 for that.
Yeah, and plus it's not even like this is the movie version, so it doesn't have like the symbol
that appeal.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched the movie. I thought it was horrible.
The new one?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't.
It was out.
Surprise.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is that like, all right, Jared, what's your like? How do you picture Venom? Like, do you picture him as a menacing character? Like, you know.
Yeah. So he just came out right when I stopped collecting. So he was a villain. He was a monster. He was a menace to Spider-Man. Was what I know. Venom.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he a comedian by any chance? Did he crack up a lot of jokes?
No, that's not the way I remember.
Well, yeah, that was the Venom that I watched. And...
Jerry, have you seen the Venom movie, the first one?
Nope.
You would love it. It's very serious.
I would love it.
Yeah, no humor. It's your kind of movie. It's very comic accurate.
Is it really? Jerry? It sounds like I'm getting set up here.
I'm gonna block you when you start watching it.
You're gonna hear some spoilers, Ark, if I go. Oh, what's this?
No, I actually like the first one better, but the second one, I don't know what happened. It was written by Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he wrote the second one. So,
Ahami, what did you think of Venom, the movie?
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second one. I think the first one, like, it was watchable. Like, I really wouldn't like. It wasn't a great. It wasn't a great movie, right? But it wasn't a bad movie. Like, it's a movie I could watch, like, I guess a couple of times over again.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it was a bad movie. I think it was watchable.
Yeah, the first one's watchable. Absolutely, I totally agree. But the second one, I don't know what. They just made Venom into a comedian.
But I'm kind of weird. Like those Tom, what's the kid's name? Tom Holland, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those movies, those Spider-Man movies to me, they're not watchable to me. I don't know why. I just like, I hate watching them.
It's because it doesn't have Andrew Garfield in it.
Actually, you know what? Actually,
the Andrew Garfield, the other one, the other guy, the last guy who played him.
Yeah.
I watch those and I don't have a problem with those, So I'm kind of weird like that.
I'm more of a
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't you dare say it. I know what you're gonna say.
I'm more of a Tom. No, Toby. Yeah. But I rewatched some of the Andrew Garfield one, and actually like appreciate his acting. I actually
that's what I'm saying. And like chemistry that him and Gwen had.
Oh yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
And that was comic accurate too. That scene.
Yeah, like the Toby ones, I could watch them. I could watch those. Like the second one, the one with Doc Ock. I really liked the second one with Doc Ock. But I don't know the new ones. I just can't get into them, man. It's like the whole MJ thing and him. It's not even like she's not even MJ. I don't even know who she is. Her name is some other name. I don't even know. Like it's all weird to me,
Yeah, I think
the one with Tom Holland you're talking about.
Yeah, Tom. Yeah, I think the next movie is gonna be really, really good because they're bringing all those characters back. Even though Andrew Garfield said he's not in it, I think he's in it because I saw some what's that called? Some little clips of like behind the scenes, and I think he's in it.
Good thing is Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they look the same as they did when they did those movies, so it'll work.
Yeah, I think it will work.
Well, how are all three of them going to be in it? Are they going to be different Spider-Mans?
It's a multiverse thing.
Oh, brother.
Don't ever talk movies with Jerry. He's
not watching that.
I'm assuming, Jerry, you didn't watch the What If series on Disney Plus.
I have not watched What If. I used to love What If though when it was a comic book.
I actually liked it. I actually liked the new What If series. I don't know if you guys watched any of it, but
he'd rather watch
what Venom? So what Venom do you guys like better, the new one or the one from the whole Toby from the third?
I hate to say it, but I'm gonna say it, the old one.
I do too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
you know what? I kind of do too.
Because he was accurate to what the Venom I know. Like when Eddie Brock got taken over by the symbiote. How do you say it, Jerry?
Yeah,
symbiote. He became bad, not a comedian.
Right. It was about revenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like it brings out your inner demons and bring it to life. I don't know. It's just
that kind of I guess I was right. That whole Venom part was kind of like like the whole revenge thing with Spider-Man and and Peter and stuff. Yeah, I think that was a pretty better played Venom.
Yeah, and
Randy says that he hopes the Japanese Spider-Man shows up. I'm assuming it's the robot from the Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah, I think no. There's I think is he talking about the YouTube one, the YouTube version? The
guy that just poses everywhere in his Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, here it is. I got it. I found it. I found it.
Spider-Verse, but we go that one also.
Yeah, here's the Here. This is a Japanese Spider-Man.
What?
It looks kind of like the old TV series.
Yeah.
There was a live-action TV show from the late 70s.
I
think he's talking about that version.
I can't believe you used to watch TV, Jerry.
I did. 13 channels.
Black and white?
Only half of them worked.
Black and white, or was it color?
We actually even had color. We even splurged for color. Oh, did Sideshow show this?
Yeah, they showed this. This looks good. I mean, this is made by PCS, and shout out to PCS, man, for making this.
It does look good. It makes me want to read it, but I'm afraid if I read it, I might actually then buy the statue.
Right. I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, I heard it's really good.
I can really appreciate the statue. Like I look at it, and it's like it's like one of those things where, man, like I want it, but thank God I'm not into it. But damn, I want it.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those things. It's like, man, that it looks really nice, man.
Yeah, I'm with Jerry. Yeah, I'm with Jerry with this one. Like, I'm afraid to read it because if I read it and I really, really like it, I might end up buying the statue.
Yeah.
But they're showing old stuff. Which, by the way, I actually finally opened up my cable premium format.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love it, dude.
Did you get the EX or the regular?
Regular. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I actually didn't mind getting the regular because I know I agreed with Ark. Like, I don't really like the portals too much.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't like Deadpool's hand sticking out. So.
Yep.
What was the EX? The Deadpool's hand?
Yeah, the Deadpool hand.
Oh yeah, that was stupid. That was a stupid EX.
Yeah. By the way, as Austin Thing says, XM cable would hope. Yeah, I agree. I think that looks good too. Let's see here. Let's see what else we have here. And I'll show some XM stuff too. Here's the PCS cartoon turtles. Rocksteady. Looks good.
I like this better than the movie version.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, me too.
Here's some more Dungeons and Dragons. Oh my goodness. It's a shame that you can't just get this character. I don't know what her name is. Ivy? Is it Ivy?
What is this from?
Poison. It's Street Fighter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And she was chained to his belt?
I'm not sure. This reminds me of us, Ark. So.
Well, I just think it's funny. She's got this chain attached to what I'm assuming is just going to be a leather belt strand.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't have to break the chain. You just have to break the leather stitching to get away.
Yeah.
Is that he wearing the chain, or is it not even attached to her?
No, I don't think it's attached here. I think he's just wearing the chain.
I think, Ark, I think you're putting your thoughts where they shouldn't be. Just, look at the legs, and you know what I'm saying.
See, I'm looking at the wrong character.
You're looking at the wrong character, buddy.
Yeah, actually, when I went to New York Comic Con, I actually saw a cosplayer dressed up as her, and that's it. Okay. Anyway, here's that Predator that we're talking about earlier. I think for the price, I think it's pretty cool.
So, do these not remind you of maybe what bobbleheads were?
Yeah, they do. Like the
a better base.
Yeah, but it's something that you put in your your office desk or something. Yeah.
Which it would be cool to have a handful of these.
Yeah. You don't have to collect all as an alternative, but I think it just looks cool. This one is another. Oh my god, there's so many PCS pieces, man. This is cool, but man, you got to have a lot of real estate to display this piece.
What scale is that?
I'm not sure. I forgot.
Or how tall is that thing?
It looks pretty damn tall, man. You got the Grimlock in his dinosaur form, and then transforming into his robotic form. And yeah, that looks pretty damn.
PJ,
what's up?
In chat, Walton was saying in Japan, Poison was a woman, and when it came to America, they made her transsexual. So when you saw someone dressed up as Poison, was it also a transsexual that you got all excited for?
No comment. You know my taste, Ark. I'll leave it up.
It's funny.
Here's that Carnage.
So is this posable?
Yeah, it's posable.
Yeah. Do you think that's worth $500, PJ? I'm curious.
No, absolutely not.
I wonder if it's just me.
Dude, no, it's not you, dude. It's dude, absolutely, dude. For $150 more, I would rather get the Daniel Bell version. For $150, and that's to me that looks super awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know who this one is. Is this
Vampire? What's her name? Vampire or is it
Vampirella?
Yeah,
Vampirella. Yeah. So again, more PCS.
This is a Mark Newman sculpt too.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Does she fight people?
Yeah, it's from a black and white magazine from back in the late '60s, early '70s.
Well, the outfit seems very practical for full range of movement and everything.
Yeah, gotta have the freedom.
How many times is she fighting in the comic and a nipple slips out? Or
the Comics Code Authority didn't allow that kind of stuff.
See, for $100 more, for $107 more, I'll get this.
Yeah, and this is actually, I'm looking at this. It makes me want to get it now.
No, now BJ's gonna go buy it.
Yeah, but I can't dive into because then you want to get Venom, and then you want to get Spider-Man, and then you want to get the Black Symbiote Spider-Man. The Black Suit Spider-Man. But look, this is dope, man. For $130 more, I'd rather get this piece.
Yeah.
That is dope. Yeah, come on. Anybody getting this?
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'll probably get it.
Okay, good.
Is it open? Is it up for pre-order yet?
Yeah.
I have not done it.
I think it looks great. But I've already got Sideshow Carnage.
Oh, the one before this one, right?
Right. And it just, like I said, this one, if I didn't have a Carnage, I would pick this one up for sure. But it wasn't enough of a difference from the current one I've got to make me.
Yeah, that one's good too. I like that one.
I kind of like the I got that one too. I'm thinking it's the same one you have, Art.
Yeah.
But I kind of like this pose a lot better.
Yeah.
I like the portrait. It's classic Carnage for me.
I just really like this pose a lot more than the last one that came out.
Yeah.
The pose to me looks more menacing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Like I said, I think it looks better. It just wasn't enough to make me want to replace it.
I still like that. I still like the last one too. I don't know. There's something about the last one, like the paint on it and stuff. I don't know. Something about it, like I really like it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, anyone getting the black suit or symbiote Spider-Man?
I want to get that one too.
I've got it. I've already got it. Whenever it ships, it's ready. I got it ready to go. So.
I'm not in a real hurry though to get it because I think there's like
the
a
high ES. Yeah.
Is it high ES? 5,000.
Yeah, it has like 6,000. 5,000.
Oh my goodness!
It's a lot of base.
Shoot.
Yeah, but I kind of like getting in early when I can on the Sideshow stuff because then you just pay it off slowly and it's less painful.
But by the way, did they put the Venom up for pre-order?
No, as far as I know, that's not open yet.
Okay.
Jerry, what do you mean it's less painful? You pay more for shipping and some statues than you do for this freaking statue in itself. What are you talking about? You're just like giving yourself an excuse to you pay more shipping for certain pieces than you do for the statue as a whole.
Stop paying high shipping.
It's true. But kind of got stuck in all that.
Yeah, I hear you.
Do you think you ever be unstuck? Like, do you think you ever get yourself out of the hole?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I've cut way back. It's nothing like it was. So I'm getting a hang on. There's one group that keeps hooking me.
Oh, I know what group that is.
But other than that,
I've say my name. You're allowed.
I keep on looking at a piece too from them that they posted up, and I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna get it, man.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So here you go.
I think this was great together.
The Venom and the Carnage.
Yeah, like the Venom. Like, to be honest, I'm not like I haven't really had the time, so I don't know. So it doesn't have an EX or anything, right? It doesn't have an exclusive. The Venom.
Yeah, is it Martin Canal that sculpted the Venom?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
So the Venom doesn't have an exclusive.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's up for pre-order yet. But
I mean, Venom to me, I got
Carnage doesn't, right? Carnage doesn't have an EX.
No, Carnage. I know Carnage doesn't.
And Spider-Man doesn't have an EX either. So
yeah. I wonder if they're getting away from the EX stuff.
Well, I wonder. I wonder if they're trying to build more retailers because now, without the EX, you can go to one of their middlemen that'll sometimes cut you a better deal.
Yeah. Well, I go to Off the Racks. I think for me, like Off the Racks.
Is that a retailer?
Yeah.
I don't know that person.
Here, I'll share the screen. I like them because it's their prices are really like not that one. Their prices are really really fair.
And they're a Sideshow distributor?
Yeah. So like no, not that Carnage. Whoops. Let's see here. Let's move down to the premium format stuff here. So here, like for example, Storm here is $600 shipped, which is pretty good.
And there's no EX on that one too, right?
Yeah, no EX in that one. Let's say Sideshow versus Spider-Man versus Venom. This one is $650, $690 shipped, which is not bad, So I usually go to him. If you message him on Facebook, you could, work something out in terms of payment plans and stuff. So, but yeah, no, that Venom looks pretty good, and the Carnage, like seriously, like going back to what we were talking about, like for $130 more, I'd rather get that Carnage premium format than that Hot Toys version.
Yeah, I kind of wanted the Venom, but I need a McFarlane portrait for like a Venom,
Yeah. So they revealed their sexy or their Jim. Was it the
J. Scott
Campbell? Yeah.
Yep. Red Riding Hood.
I think this looks good.
Do you think these pieces are really sell good for them?
I think
like that whole line.
I think they must because they keep doing them.
Yeah, I think so because I think J. Scott Campbell has such a following. Like whenever you go to New York Comic Con or to a con, he has his own booth and it's like massive. You know?
I mean, I bought the Tinkerbell for my daughter, but I don't see myself buying her like the Alice in Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. But the Little Red Riding Hood looks pretty good. Some more Dungeons and Dragons, Vampirella. See, I put these in order, but now they're all like mixed up. Here's Merman from the He-Man line, which looks pretty cool. Yeah, Tweeterhead's killing it with that He-Man line. Here's the Little Red Riding Hood.
Yep.
Looks cool. Here's the rest of the line, Ahami. You got the Tinkerbell?
yeah, I bought my daughter the Tinkerbell. I was gonna get her the Alice in Wonderland, but I'm like, man, should I get it? Like, is it too like out there? You know?
Yeah. Well, they have a variant now. A repaint.
I meant the boobs are out there and the legs not there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, well, here's Tweeterhead He-Man on Battlecat. This is awesome. I love the portrait, and that looks
they
good.
did a good job.
Wait, let me get my phone so I could. How much charge my phone?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hordak.
That Hordak is sold out, isn't it?
No, this is apparently this is just the collector's edition.
Oh, yeah, that's the one to get right there.
Yeah. So, here's some more here's Alice in Wonderland. This is the variant.
Oh, the repaint. Yeah.
The repaint. I like the repaint. Looks cool.
I don't know. I like blondes better.
Oh, wait a minute.
Now all of a sudden, Ohami's phone dies.
I'm actually turning on the other phone.
Here's the General Grievous.
What do you think of this one?
I think it's okay. I like the OG better, but the price for this one is a little high, man. Actually, not a little. It's a lot. It's very high.
What was the price on this?
It's $900.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this thing better like light up for real for $900. They gotta figure it because they gotta show something for for why it's like $900. Because I think what they did to price this one out is like I think what they did is they looked at the aftermarket for the old General Grievous, which is going for about $1,200 on eBay, right? And they're like, well, let's just price it $300 and give it an opportunity for the collectors that missed out. I'm pretty sure they'll be fine with paying $900 for this one, as opposed to $1,200 for the OG one.
The OG one comes broken a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. A lot of people don't want to ship that old one because the arms would break because they're very brittle.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine like, at least with this one for the collectors that missed out, like if it's something breaks, at least you got
Sideshow will cover.
Sideshow will cover, but $900 is a lot. Like I would see this more of like a $700 piece, but
What's the ES on that?
It just came out, so they haven't.
Oh, they haven't said. Probably.
What other premium formats came out that's been around $900? Is for comparison, because usually it's like $750 or it's $1,200.
Isn't isn't the Galactus like 800 or something?
Oh yeah, Sentinel was 900.
Mm.
But that's real. That's going way back.
Yeah. The Galactus was $850, right?
Yep.
So the new Galactus is cheaper than Grievous?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow,
that is interesting, and it's bigger.
Yeah. I think that's just straight up taking advantage of Star Wars fans.
Yeah, I just think they were like, $1,200.
I mean, the license might be more money.
Yeah, maybe, but damn, that's a lot, man. That's just me though. I don't know. That's like a tough pill to swallow. Like
Yeah.
If anything, I'll probably wait till it goes up for sale or something on Spectacular, to pick it up. But here's Shredder and Rocksteady. So pretty cool.
Have y'all seen the NECA Shredder quarter scale?
Yeah, that one looks pretty good.
That was really
and that thing was like $100 or something like that.
Yeah, $100. I mean, you could pose it a certain way where it hides a lot of the joints.
Yeah. So here's the General Grievous. It looks pretty cool. Again,
is that also which scale is that now? Is that
quarter scale?
It is.
Yeah, they're showing some old stuff. Boba Fett bust, Mandalorian premium format, and that's not much. They didn't show a lot. This Sideshow con sucked.
Did you show the Wolverine?
Oh no, I can't. Anyone have pictures of that one?
I don't. Well, let me see. Maybe I screenshot it. Because
it's PCS, right? And that was Franco's, right?
Right. And I was excited about it. Now, the head does look a little big, but
I don't know. PCS Facebook thing.
Yeah, I got it. I found it. I'll just share the Franco's. What's it
and it's
called?
1/3, right?
It is 1/3. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get that.
Yeah, this angle looks fantastic. So there is one angle. It does look like the head's a little big.
Bigger, yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder. So the claws, so I wonder. So the claws ain't gonna. I'm guessing the claws aren't gonna be metal, huh?
I would assume not.
Oh, because of you think that they're worried about. What?
Well, I heard them saying that they weren't gonna use like knives and stuff like that, like metal, like Marvel.
Well, they were metal and Logan.
Yeah, but because Disney now has changed it where you can't have guns facing out, and then you can't have metal
like weapons. On weapons.
That's good news for the custom people.
Yeah. By the way, my favorite piece of the con. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I don't understand that, but okay.
You're gonna get the Wolverine art?
I think I am. If the price isn't ridiculous, I don't have any Franco pieces in my collection. I would love to own at least one.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm gonna get it if the price isn't like I don't think the piece is like like his best that he's done.
Right.
But I do think like if the price isn't ridiculous, like you said, I think I'm gonna pick it up too.
I think I'm gonna wait and see what the LBS one looks like because I think he did that too.
Did he?
What do you mean? What do you mean the LBS?
Legendary Beast XM.
Yeah, but they're doing a Wolverine.
Well, come on. I mean, if they're doing anything, they're doing Wolverine. They did
Magneto. Come on. I get that. I get they're gonna do Wolverine, but man, like, come on. I'm still waiting for. I think the next one coming out is the Cyclops.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, they haven't even shown that. Magneto, I would imagine, is going to be next.
No, I know. Obviously, but after the Magneto, it comes the Cyclops. So, like, how long?
I see. Yeah. So it's going to be
how long? How many years am I gonna have to wait for the Wolverine?
Yeah.
Is this what you're talking about?
No, there's another one. There's another picture that has his head looks off.
That one looks really good.
Yeah, it does look really good.
I think it's that one.
This one kinda.
No, not that one. That one. I think that's one of the pictures that his head looks kind of weird.
Here, this one?
No,
the one back.
This one?
Yeah, the one after that.
This one.
Yeah, yes, that one.
I think it's just the angle.
Yeah,
it might be.
Did you see the picture where it shows inside his mouth all the detail? It's nuts.
Yeah. Shout out to Franco, man. Not only is he sexy, but he does amazing. He does amazing.
I kind of like the muted belt too.
Yeah,
it's not a bright red.
Yeah, I was about to say instead of red.
I forgot. Did Tim say anything about this piece?
Just Franco.
He wasn't okay because I know he's a big Wolverine fan. So obviously, but
I can't imagine them not doing metal claws.
They have to.
That's why I'll be so disappointed,
Dude,
but the XM ones aren't metal, and those look great. So
no, but
do it.
But okay, like the Sideshow ones are metal.
I guess they said they're not doing anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, but the only reason I'm saying is because this is a 1/3 piece, right? So it's bigger,
They better make it metal.
It doesn't bother me either way.
Anyway.
What is this for? This is Street Fighter?
I think so.
And Street Fighter
Chun-Li,
video game characters got married? in
Yes,
slutty bride clothes.
you got a problem with that, Jerry?
Well, I just don't
Video game
understand.
characters can't get married now?
I just
How
don't
dare
understand it.
you?
In the video game. How does that tie in with the video game?
Well,
It's
play a
called...
video game. Play a video game, and you'll find out, bro. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jerry's gonna get a video game and then spend a lot of time in his room.
That will require him. That will require him turning on a TV.
But yeah, I don't know why they made that character. I mean, but you know what? Shout out to PCS, man. Like they really brought their A game. You know, ever since I think the new guy came and took over, and Jerry left, Jerry Macaluso. I think PCS just took a turn, and they're just like really destroying it. They're really doing great with their sculpts and stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
I think they're actually. I think they're doing a lot of stuff like even the last Ronin thing. You know, the turtle, man. That's like super dope, man. You know, like fuck, that's like thinking outside the box. You know.
Absolutely, dude. Like they were like, oh, no one's gonna do that, but we are. And that's one thing I want like sideshows to start doing instead of like, oh, we're gonna make another Darth Vader. Oh, we're gonna make another Spider-Man. Oh, we're gonna make another. It's like, dude, like, okay, can you make other characters besides the? It's like, yo, it's like, what's wrong with you guys? Anyway, so XM Studios is making some Godzilla stuff. They showcased this in New York Comic Con. Here's some, I guess some. They're gonna reveal this next week in the DC fandom.
This will be quarter scale.
Yeah, this looks good. I liked it.
It's got
I
like
wonder how hard it is for them, you know, because if you start down, you can't get new people in on this line unless they can get the main characters. Do you go and buy a Red Hood if you're new to the game, a Samurai Red Hood, and you don't have Batman?
Yeah.
I think their samurai line was really like XM samurai line with the DC. I think that's really their thing. If you do anything else DC, I mean, I gotta go to Prime One.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, their samurai line. That's fire, you know.
Yeah, but I'm just not into like this. You know, like I'm saying, like I'm not really unless I'm a big samurai guy, right?
No, I'm not into it either. But like the horse one, you know, the Batman with the horse thing. That shit looks super dope. You know.
Yeah.
It's not for me. It's not for me. But like I could appreciate I could appreciate it.
I agree. So
I want a Frank Miller Batman on horse. I know. Was it DC Collectibles did one?
Yep.
But I'd be curious to see a.
That would be cool in quarter scale.
Yeah.
Prime 1 or third scale.
I couldn't go the third scale. That thing. That's my 3-year-old trying to ride the horse.
Yeah. But by the way, this is some Godzilla stuff, man. Like this is some crazy stuff, man. Holy moly! I mean, if you're a Godzilla fan, yeah.
So what is the age group to be a Godzilla fan? Because I feel like I just missed out. I don't get it. It's too cheesy to be cool. Like, I mean, I grew up with Power Rangers, so I'm used to the cheesiness of their fight scenes.
Yeah.
Godzilla just never really did it for me.
Me too. Like, I like Godzilla, but then like when you rewatch them again, you're like, okay, that's cheesy, you know? And no offense,
I've never been into them. Like, I just don't. It's a big lizard.
Right.
Yeah. So, all right. Here's the White Knight Bats Cycle Edition, quarter scale. Looks pretty good.
Looks good.
I didn't read this comic though. Ark, you said you read this, right?
I have not read White Knight.
It's on my reading list.
Yeah, it's on mine too. But
yeah, I heard it was good. Another. Oh my gosh! Look at the eyes on this thing. That in itself is pretty freaky. I guess it's accurate to what they wore. I don't know. Here's the other Godzilla bust. Here's Batman: The Dark Knight Returns quarter scale.
This looks good, but how many Dark Knights can I get?
How many Batmans can you get?
Yeah,
I thought this was 1/10. The detail and everything, it just.
Oh, you think it's lacking?
It seems like it's like, which I can't stand the over detail of stuff, but this one, I don't know. It just seems kind of generic, and it could be the picture or my camera. I mean, I guess if I get closer, I see some texture.
Yeah. Here's the other Godzilla. A different shot of the God. This looks just weird, man. It looks cool but weird. Like, look at this thing. This got like, is that his heart in his stomach?
I thought it was a kangaroo pout.
Oh my god! I feel like throwing up looking at that.
Godzilla are marsupials.
From inside.
Like I'm dry heaving.
Edwin's heart just shattered.
This is cool. I like this one. The Wonder Woman and the rest of her.
And this is what I kind of figured, right? So you had, because this is based on the Batman one, right? Where it had all these rogues. And then I think Greg is talking about getting this one. And I was like, they're struggling here to find any villains that are just straight Wonder Woman.
Yeah. By the way, Walton Chunky says it's accurate but looks awful. It's funny how XM chooses to be accurate on one of the ugliest character designs. Oh my gosh.
What do you think, Mommy? What do you think of this? I mean, it's DC. I know it's your favorite.
You know, that's what I was like. I don't know. So like I get, you know, that it's different companies and you know they got to market the characters, whatever. But like if I'm gonna get something like this, I'm gonna go get me the Prime 1 Wonder Woman with the Hydra.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I don't see the point. You know, it's just my opinion. So my opinion doesn't mean nothing, right? So I don't see the point in me getting this when I could go get the Wonder Woman, the Hydra. You know, and that shit will be like, I don't even want the Wonder Woman with the Hydra, but every time I look at it, it's like, oh fuck, I need this. You know.
You know, I've heard a lot of people say about that XM Wonder Woman with her rogues that they like the gray version of the rogues better than the colored version. Where
really?
I've heard people say that.
I wonder why.
I probably would agree with that because this one, I mean, there's just so many, you know, weird different colors.
Who the hell is that in the back over here? Like he looks like he's like enjoying the backside of Wonder Woman.
Well, who knew that her ex high school boyfriend was part of the rogues? Like he just I'll kiss you.
Yeah, okay. Wow. Okay. Jared, do you know who this character is?
I don't know who it is.
What the anyone in the chat know that?
Probably Edwin knows who it is.
Yeah, this guy looks like he's like, I got the best side, you know, like
it's back with that Anchorman scene. It's like slathered up with barbecue sauce.
Exactly.
Austin says it looks like PJ sneaking up on Gal Gadot.
Oh, yo. Austin has seen me in action. I mean, anyway. Whoa, who's this one? Who's this character?
The redhead?
Ares?
Yeah. No, this is Ares, but who's
the one with the wings?
Yeah.
Don't know her either.
I wonder this will probably be like
Jerry.
Like I probably this will be like 2000 something.
I wasn't a big Wonder Woman
I think
fan.
you're right, Ohami. It'll be very expensive.
Like I saw like the whole when I went last year. Was it last year or the year before that? The dark side, the dark side versus the Justice League.
Yeah, that was cool.
That one up. You see, like instead of getting this, I'll probably get that one. Like if I was into it, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. That one looked really cool. Did Greg get that one also?
I'm not sure.
Which one is the versus the Hydra?
I'm sure it's in.
He says he's getting it, but I don't think he's PO'd it yet.
Oh my gosh, guys, come on! Someone has to find out who this character is. It Mr. Perverted? I don't know. Like,
It says it's the Mandalorian. Is that right?
No, Edwin's goofing.
Curse you, Edwin.
Okay.
What is that one called? It's not called Sanity. What are they calling that?
I'm
Can't
not
remember.
sure.
I know they posted it. I just can't remember. I just didn't care enough.
Okay, there's Cheetah. Cheetah, was it Cheetah? Cheetah, right? Cheetah.
Yeah. I mean, why is she only? She's fighting a lot of women. Is she sexist?
Well, there's a perverted
think
guy in the back,
I
so
think that's
I guess.
probably going back to the story.
Who's this guy, girl? I think this is
And see, that's my thing. Why make this?
Okay, here we go.
Only 2 characters you even know who they are.
I know Ares, and I know who's this
Cheetah.
girl? Cheetah. I know this one.
Courage is the name of the statue.
Courage.
Yep. And let me see here. The foes. It doesn't give the list.
They don't even know. Oh, what a weird pose for Cheetah.
It should be called the Me Too movement with the guy in the background.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but then when you you start looking into all the characters. Like at first, like when you look at it as a whole, you're like, oh, cool, that looks pretty cool. But like as you dive in deeper, you're like, wait, who's this guy in the back? And like,
Danny Lee says it could be Dr. Psycho.
I think the people is Dr. Psycho. Are you sure it's not Dr. Peepers? Oh my goodness. So okay, cool. I don't know what
the
else.
only character that Danny Lee could relate to. He's like, hey, I could be a villain. Finally, I found my girl.
I could imagine he's like, got the mask on. Like, what the freak? Jeez. All right, so I don't have any more pictures. I think a lot of them are like just showing like a lot of the 1/6 scale stuff from XM. But let's talk about okay, so Oniri Creations came out and made this RoboCop piece, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I'm a big RoboCop fan when I was a kid.
I grew up on RoboCop.
Yeah,
I watched it back when it came out.
I did too when I was a kid, and I shouldn't have.
Yeah, but you watched it as a kid, and back then, like, I don't think my parents cared. Like, it was pretty violent, right?
It was early '80s, wasn't it? When the heck did RoboCop come out?
There was lots of violence. There was nudity, lots of language.
How many? 87.
Yeah, and like your parents didn't care, right?
Right,
dude. Like, all right. So I think one of my like the first like sex scene I watched, in the movie was the Sarah Connor sex scene with Kyle Reese. Remember, like with the Terminator. I remember I was like asking my parents, like, Dad, like Terminator 2 is coming out. I really want to watch the old Terminator movie. He was like, all right, we'll rent it from like Palmer Video, right?
In a trailer.
Yeah, and then like and remember in Palmer they had like those plastic covers, like you press the size and like the tape came out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I watched it and I'm watching it by myself. All of a sudden, like the sex scene came on. I'm like, wait a minute. I really hope my parents don't walk in right now. This is gonna be weird. So like I stepped out and like I was like talking to my mom in the kitchen, like, hey mom, how's it going? She's like, oh, what, you're not watching the movie? Oh no, just want to talk and say what's up. And
PJ's so slick.
I was like, I'll wait 10 minutes. And then like I'm like, all right, good. I think it's safe to go back in. So
and then it's midnight, the scene's on again, your parents thinking, you're watching this again? You feel like you're asleep.
Why is PJ shining his shoes again? Anyway.
Hummy, were you a big RoboCop fan?
Yeah. I think the first one, I really liked the first one. The second one, I like the second one. I think the third one was the one I wasn't really too into.
Yeah,
that one had the Asian guy, right, with the swords, and he had that
the third one. Yeah, no, that was the second one. No.
Oh, was it?
I think that was the second one. I think the third one was the one where the some guy was dying or something, and they put his mind in another big robot or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the whole time there was a kid that was like he was like a bad guy, and he was a kid, and he had a sister and stuff like that. I thought the third one was kind of cheesy.
Yeah, the third one was kind of cheesy, but like
The
I love the
one,
first
the second one with the whole Chinese guy, I was into it. What you know what now you back then none of them were cheesy, but now when you look at them, you know, 'cause every once in a while if you look at these movies, I'm like, yo, shit, cheesy as shit, bro.
See, I remember having the toy RoboCop, right? Like I was young enough to get the toy, and you'd push a button on his chest, and he would say that drugs are trouble and stay in. But if you go back and watch those movies, that's not child-friendly shows. Why did they for kids on this? Right?
Well, back then it was like, you know, I think as you get exposed to it, people think like, oh, you get exposed to it, like you're gonna be like some psychopathic like murderer. No, like you get exposed to it, and you're like, it's like you understand, like that's like I don't know, bad. I don't know, like
that shit. You know, now when you think about it, like I think the first one was the best one, right?
Right.
But that shit was graphic as fuck. The guy got blown up into like a billion pieces and shit, you know?
Yeah, they shot his dick off, like right? Like there's like the guy was like ding, 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 and shot his like privates off. Like I'm just like, yeah, that's pretty graphic.
Like I said, I tried to get my kid because we watched all the Terminator movies, the Alien movies.
Yeah.
Started RoboCop. So I was like, oh, I watched all these as a kid. You're gonna love this. This is awesome. And the first 5 minutes, it's women topless running with explosions and cussing. And I'm like,
you know, I've noticed that. You know, I've noticed that like a lot of movies that you know that we watched like in the 80s and shit. Like you go back and all you see is like chicks with tits out. You know what I'm saying? It's like that was like the thing in the 80s. You know, chicks with the tits out.
Yeah, I think Walton Chunky says I agree with him because if you have good parents, violence and nudity shouldn't really affect you that much unless you're already mentally unbalanced or yeah. But
you know what? But it's still kind of awkward. Like if you're a 10-year-old, right? And you're watching this shit next to your mom, you know, it's still kind of an awkward moment, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know, I watch a lot of this stuff with my parents, like, you know, like at least the RoboCop. I remember watching with my parents, and I don't think they cared. They weren't like, oh, cover your eyes. I remember like I think someone said the F-bomb, and someone said someone said fuck, and I asked my mom, I was like, Mom, what does fuck mean? And she's like, don't ever say that to me again. And then that was it.
I remember watching The Shining at a friend's house for the first time. And the whole bathtub scene, the kid's mom was in the room and he kept rewinding it and laughing. And I'm like, your mom is right here. Weird.
But your parents didn't care though.
Yeah, parents
right?
didn't care back then. I mean, it's just like, hey, everybody's got titties. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what it is? It's just like every Jason movie. Like if you ever look any Jason movie, like all you see is a chick, you know, with tits out.
Yeah,
right,
dude. Every Jason movie, there's always a sex scene, you know.
Right.
So,
I recently watched the new reboot of it, and it's still they inputted that cheesy sex scenes in it, right? Where some girl, she's like in a tent and she's got to unzip it but not put a shirt on. It's like, hey, are you spying on me? It's like you didn't even put a shirt on. You just opened your tent.
It's like in every single movie, like it was a scene, right? So it's like it's part of their like you know, it's their thing, you know. So every Jason movie, that's their thing, you know, a chick with tits. You know what I'm saying?
Jason, he didn't want revenge for his mother. He was a pervert. He just wanted.
he was running after the naked chicks,
right?
Yeah, and then
your boyfriends.
Exactly, and it's always like they're in a camp, they're in like a tent, and something's happening, and then they get chopped up. It's like
you see all the shit you see all the shit you're missing by not owning a TV, Jerry.
Jerry's still reading the comics as close as he getting its titties in black and white.
But you know, I you know, and I miss those days, man. Like that's what made like you know, made everything so cool back then. You know, it's cool. Like, and the conversation, there was no Facebook, right? There was no social media. The conversations that you had was like you go out to the playground and you're like, hey, what's up, Art? Yo, I watched RoboCop. Yo, Dad, like, yo, did you see? You know, it's like everything happened in the playground, right? Like happened in the playground wherever you bike to. And there was everything was so innocent. Now it's like so dangerous. Like everything's like, you know, things, the topics that the kids talk about. It's like, oh my god, like I don't know.
That's because now in this time you got Jerry at his age going to a playground saying, "Hey, did you see RoboCop? Look at those titties."
That's messed up.
I'm kidding, Jerry. I love you. Don't tell me any spoilers, please.
Oh my god.
That's messed up, Jerry. Jerry, you gonna take that? You just gonna sit there and take that?
I served my revenge up very cold.
Yeah. Whatever comic I'm reading, he tells me the ending or something.
Anyway, so this RoboCop is pretty cool. So it's like I think $1,000 because it's like 900 euro or something like that. But I think this one, there's a silicone mouthpiece. So
is this licensed? Looks like
it's licensed. Yeah.
Do the eyes? Does the visor? Then the eyes? Does it light up?
Yeah, light up red.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I like the pose, man. I think the pose looks awesome.
Yeah, I like the pose.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think you have to be like a super RoboCop fan to get this one, man. Like for $1,000.
Or be like into movie pieces,
Yeah. Which
a
is
lot
cool
of people will put it in their if they have a theater room and they'll do all movie pieces. Like I think that is the coolest way to display movie statues is in a theater room.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is cool, man. Like I really like this piece. I like
I like the pose. I like the pose.
Yeah. The paint application looks pretty cool too. Like
even the last picture that one, that shit reminds me of him. Like it's like crazy, right? How dead on that pose on.
Yeah, that is.
It reminds me of him walking in that scene.
You can still hear the sound that it makes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys know you walked like RoboCop back then.
And what was so cool was how his gun came out of the side of his leg. Oh man, that used to just give me goosebumps. I was like, oh, if only I had robot legs, I could have pop out.
You thought something. You thought something else was coming out.
That's a different holster.
Yeah. But what do you call this? His gun was pretty awesome, man. It was like semi-automatic, right? It was like and like freaking destroyed like the bad guys. So I like the OCP theme base on this one.
That's cool.
Yeah,
did you watch the latest reboot?
Yeah, it sucked.
I watched it. I don't remember what it was about. I know he was black.
He wasn't black.
Yeah,
no, his suit was black.
I was about to say he's a white guy.
No, his suit was black.
Yeah, his suit was black. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I thought they changed too much. I know technology got better and everything when they're trying to do this, but it didn't have the same feeling.
I don't know. I think some things, just when you try to remake them, it's not the same,
Yeah.
And especially if you have that like childhood connection to it, and then they like reboot it. Like even the Ninja Turtles, like all the Ninja Turtles movies that came out recently, yeah, they're cool. But the '90s one, the ones that came out in the '90s, those were still those were still like those I could still watch them again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I still argue with my kids which one's better.
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that the movies from the Turtles in the '90s it's not better, than the ones now. It's even crazy, like for the time that it was, how the costumes, how great they looked and everything, Like you have to really appreciate the work that went into that, Well, now
everything was puppets.
It's animated, whatever. The CGI,
Yeah.
Yeah. One more thing to talk about, then we'll talk about our main topic. So Darkside Studios Collectibles. I don't know where these guys came from, but they're like killing it, man. They're like out of nowhere. They're like pumping out all these like statues, like license. They got the license to Terminator 2, so they're making like a Sarah Connor. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
see, it's so big dope for a theater room.
Yeah. But it's crazy now. Like, where are all these companies coming from?
Damn,
like,
that shit looks fucking dope.
Yeah, and I think this is 1/3 scale. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna make like.
Wow, really?
And it's got a cigarette. Why couldn't they do that with Gambit?
Yeah, She got her shotgun.
Because it's
You could-
Disney.
Oh shit! Look, there's smoking in there and everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
These guys are licensed, huh?
yeah.
Wow.
It's like everyone's like trying to get like a piece of the pie, like the licensed pieces, right? Like
They're called Dark Side?
yeah, Dark Side
That
Studios.
shit looks good.
Yeah.
looks really-
And Terminator 2, man, to me, that's like the best Terminator movie. It should have ended there, but they kept on going. But to me,
not only that, PJ, that to me, that's one of the best movies out there. Like,
Ever.
if you look at action and everything.
mhm.
It's hard to beat that movie.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Like it's one of those things where that movie holds up today. Like the graphics and everything. Like
Mhm.
I showed that to my kids and they loved it. And there wasn't like a lot of like violence because that Terminator was like he wasn't really into killing people. Like because John Connor was like, yeah, you shouldn't kill people. But but
Well, no kids had to be made in this one.
Where'd they show this? Where'd they show that statue? Is that distributed by Sideshow?
Oh
no, it
no,
just
Jerry's acquiring way too much.
Uh-oh. No, I just came across it and they're a small company and yeah.
Jerry's so funny. He looks at the statue, he asks about it, and you know when he's interested, right? If you look at him closely,
Yeah.
Homie just fell off the bed.
Yeah, I think I remember, do you guys remember this statue that they made? It was the
Did it ever come out?
I'm not sure.
Well, I guess not. It's not painted.
This is 2019, so
Oh,
yeah, so maybe they're still working on it, but they got their Lord of the Rings license too.
really?
I'll show you this one. It's the Middle Earth. What the hell happened to Ohami? Jeez. The freak?
It's like one of those Bigfoot sightings.
I know. Like what the hell? So there's their Middle Earth collection. So they're making like a whole bunch of like
Oh wow.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like they're really like and they're quarter scale, they're licensed too, so
Oh, they're gonna do a Balrog.
yeah.
I wanted to get the Balrog,
Mhm.
the Pop Prime one, but geez, I just can't do it.
Yeah. But like they're coming up with like all these like if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, dude, like I'm not only am I jealous because you're getting all these pieces, but man, your
I'm
wallet's gonna be
surprised they're
hurting.
selling the license to multiple companies.
I think they're good. See, here it's 1/3. So it's almost like they're trying to like skate like okay, well maybe Prime 1 has the quarter scale
Right.
and now they're I don't know how that works.
Right.
It's
It's gonna
just
be expensive.
oh yeah,
It'd
look
be
they got
insane
the,
to see a 1/3 scale collection of Lord of the Rings. I mean, that'd be
Yeah.
unreal.
like look, see they have the Fellowship of the Ring quarter scale diorama.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's crazy. Man, collecting has just evolved so much, right? Like now you're getting like pretty much everything.
Oh, that's the canoe scene.
Yeah.
Wonder what scale that's gonna be.
I can't believe that Jerry has read this. Or are you just assuming from the book you read when it first came out?
What happened? I've seen the movies. You
Yeah.
nincompoop.
Oh my gosh. I haven't heard that name in like freaking 20 years, man. Nincompoop.
I watch the director's cut every Christmas.
Oh, do you?
Director's cut? Oh,
You got 12 hours to hang out.
12 hours of Lord of the Rings at my house.
yeah. My gosh.
So,
Dude,
I love the extended cut. I think the extended cut is the better version, except for when what's his face sings his songs.
Samwise?
Not Samwise.
Yep.
The Knight Rider that becomes the king.
Oh, Aragorn?
Yeah, Aragorn. He has the extended cut. He sings a song.
Yeah, during when he got married, right?
No, not when he got married. It's when they're kind of doing the long travel in the second one, and he starts singing the song around the campfire type thing.
Yeah, well, then get up and fix something to eat or something.
The extended cut's the way to go. But I cannot stand the Hobbit franchise that they did.
Yeah, they just.
I know that was awful. They should do there was like a fan cut of that where they cut it all down so that it was accurate to the book.
Oh, really?
But I haven't been able to find it, so I guess you have to be able to bootleg.
I think aren't they coming out with like an Amazon TV show, Lord of the Rings? I think it was
really.
Like,
yeah, they were talking about it.
Yeah, it was.
But that's going to be a tough one too. How are they going to? Were they going to do it before the fellowship?
I don't know, but I heard they spent Amazon spent like a ton of money on that. Like it was like 500 million, 600 million, or something like that.
I like Walton in the chat. He says that he likes Lord of the Rings, but it always reminds him of Clerks 2 mocking it, where they're just like, "Here's Lord of the Rings, just walking around, and then dumps the ring in the volcano."
Oh my! Oh, Clerks 2.
I never saw Clerks 2.
Yeah, Clerks 2 was funny, especially when what's his name? Jay did the scene from Silence of the Lambs when Buffalo Bill tucked the. He's like,
I'm not gonna talk about that scene. Jerry,
I know the scene. I know the scene.
But
Jerry, if you love a good donkey movie or a good donkey scene, Clerks 2 is for you, and it's in color, unlike Clerks 1.
Yeah, I remember in Silence of the Lambs, right? And when I think I watched that when I was 12, right? Didn't it come in 1992? Silence of the Lambs.
I can look it up.
Put the lotion in the basket.
So Danny says that Amazon is doing
91. Yeah. A what?
Second age show of it. Of Lord of the Rings.
Oh, Second Age. Oh, okay. So it's
I don't
supposed
know
to
what
be
that
after.
means, but
Yeah. So I guess
Second Age is before.
Oh, before? Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay. All right. But I was gonna say, yeah. So Silence of the Lambs came out in 1991. I remember watching that when I was 11 or 12 years old, and I'm watching that Buffalo Bill scene.
See, I watched.
And I was like, "What the hell is this?"
I watched Joe Dirt before I watched Silence of the Lambs.
I know.
I see Buffalo
Bill. What you guys are talking about?
Where he's like, he puts the lotion on the skin, and then he has him and his dog do the tongue thing to each other. And Joe Dirt's in the hole, saying, "Hey, that dog thing's a little bit freaky."
Oh man, Joe Dirt. Of course, you would watch Joe Dirt art. Nothing.
Hey, that's we watch Joe Dirt every Sunday. I mean, that's church. We watch Joe Dirt.
Yeah. I love those movies. But yeah, no, when I saw the Buffalo Bill scene, and I don't know, that was just freaky in itself, man. And Anthony Hopkins in that movie, yeah, that was a good movie. But I still can't believe I watched that when I was 12. Back then, you could watch any movie. I remember I got into one. I was I was 12 or 13 years old, and I got to watch Terminator 2, which is rated R, and just watched it in the movie theaters without any problem. So I don't know, it's different times. All right, so let's wrap it up, but let's talk about what we were chatting earlier. Things are kind of getting out of hand with the pricing and shipping and taxes, and I feel like it's going to be harder to sell with what we talked about, PayPal now. If you're using PayPal, Venmo, and some of these other forms of payments, these apps, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to get taxed unless you have a good accountant and you itemize it and stuff like that. But that's such a pain in the butt. So
I don't make that kind of cash to have an accountant to do my taxes.
Hopefully TurboTax can handle it. So.
Yeah, but it's just
it'll probably lag though. The first year it won't be able to. It's not going to be an easy thing.
Yeah.
So with the whole thing, as far as, I mean, it's really going to affect if you're a seller, right? Because if you're a buyer, it doesn't affect you.
Right.
Yeah, of course. And there are people that buy and they don't sell, which is great. But sometimes there are people like they use their collection to fund their collection.
Right. Which nothing's wrong with that.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, absolutely not.
It's going to cause collectors or people that buy these statues to really, you really have to want a piece now.
Yes.
You're not going to be selling it later on as you were before. Like, oh, I could get it in, or you pre-order a piece, just like, well, I've already paid over half of it. I might as well get it in, see it, and then I can sell it for a little bit more money. Like now you have to really, I'm only going to get a piece that I know I can live with type thing.
Right.
Exactly. And it's going to be one of those things where if you have to sell a piece, you have to just be okay with losing out on the money that you're going to lose out on selling that piece, whether it be the high shipping rates or the tax you're going to pay after, selling that piece. Unless you could strategize and maybe try to meet up with fellow local collectors and pay cash or something like that. It'll be good if maybe if someone could organize like a swap meet or something, right, where everyone could get together and bring their statues that they want to trade or sell, and just kind of hey, Jerry, here's the the Wonder Woman bust. I'm done with her. You can have it now.
So do you think the cons, like the Comic Cons, right? Because at New York Con or San Diego Con, you got people coming from all over, right? Do you think now it's going to be people walking around at the con and be like, I've got Apocalypse for sale. If you want it, it's yours. Just cash. You know what I mean?
Cash only.
They'll do it like at the gun shows. You walk around with a sign on your back of what you've got for sale.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to end up happening. And I just think that now it's really getting harder to collect, because when I start collecting, buying stuff from Sideshow, you didn't get taxed. Shipping was super cheap. You could buy multiple things and then sell them later on and make profit and use some of that profit to fund your collection. Now it's hard. It's harder now. And I mean, obviously my suggestion to the people, collectors out there, if you have things that you don't want now, sell it now before the end of the year, before they start doing.
Well, there's going to be a lot of that, I think, between now and December.
Yeah, so
people trying to unload. I'm gonna try to unload some stuff.
Yeah, me too. I all honesty, I am unloading a lot of stuff,
but that's going to drive prices down because everybody's going to be trying to unload stuff. So I see people with very aggressive, or I guess I shouldn't say aggressive, but interesting prices still. That I see a lot of, I see statues that are discounted, but I see a lot of people still thinking that they're going to get retail or a little bit over retail for what they paid for a lot of these statues. And I don't think they're going to, I think you're going to have to price them to move.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things too, back then you could just kind of get whatever you want. And, there was not that big of a consequences in whatever you wanted to get. It's okay, I want to get Marvel, I want to get DC, I want to get Star Wars. But now it's you really, unless you got the the means to do it and be okay with losing out with some money, I think it's just I don't know. Art, do you have any helpful tips to fellow collectors out there that I don't know?
So my tip, right, is
I love your tip.
Here it comes.
If you open up multiple credit cards at the same time, instead of opening up one credit card and maxing it out, because then you got issues opening up another one. If you do multiple ones at the same time, you can really build your collection fast.
Yeah.
Oh
my. Okay, that's not the tip that that's going to be helpful.
That's the way I did it. It's very bad. I mean, I've maxed out a credit card twice now, working on my second time of paying it off, which is, I don't know if that's the reason that I've slowed down, or if I've ran out of space is the reason I've slowed down.
Well,
it's one of the two.
Yeah, but you have a beautiful collection, dude. I think you did it the right way, because I know you scoured the the internet, the eBay to get the best prices for some of the stuff that you got. And dude, like really, you and Jerry have a beautiful collection. And but moving forward, as prices are, they're not getting any cheaper, right? Like Jerry, like you've seen like the steady incline of prices. Obviously, like our salary is not a steady incline, right? I mean, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but yeah, it's not like
trying to give a bro job lately, wearing a mask and a shield. The feeling is not there anymore.
Yeah. I can't even think with that comment, but I don't know. It's just again, I'll always forever be a collector. I just think that like my days of like getting whatever I want, buying like $4,000 like space monkeys or being able to complete a line in like the Hot Toys collection or it's just gonna be tough now, and like I think someone said that Iron Studios is a good option, but even with Iron Studios, some of their stuff is getting more expensive. Like that DeLorean, if you get the whole set, it's like $2,200.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that is 1/6, right?
That's 1/10.
1/10. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like that's insane.
Yeah.
And then
that's kind of what I was talking about last week. Like, have we been doing it wrong? I mean, we want everything. We don't want to let anything go.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make more sense? Which now, the whole selling, you're going to get screwed over. But it's like these pieces are so expensive now. Does it make more sense just to enjoy a line of pieces for so long and then, sell it and then go with a different line and just kind of have a rotating thing so that your collection's constantly changing? I won't do that because I love all the pieces I have. But I was fortunate enough to have a lot of space and good credit at one point. Not now, but so that's why my collection is the way that it is. But as a new collector, I don't know. I would recommend get everything that you love and hang on to it type thing, because the hobby now is so expensive. Like to buy a statue now, back then you could buy 2 statues.
Yeah. I mean, like
or more.
Right.
Yeah. So, for me, when my first premium format was the Boba Fett Empire Strikes Back, quarter scale premium format. And that was like, I think I paid like $360 or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me try to pull up the statue, but yeah, that's $360. I mean, I thought that was pretty expensive back then. I'm like, damn, $360. Like my wife would fucking punch me in my nuts, man. Like
I was starting out with bust banks that were like $12. Like I was getting in $12 bust banks that were half scale, or I guess quarter scale, but from the waist up. Thinking like my wife's gonna kill me if I keep buying all these.
Yeah.
To make the jump to statues, and it's like PJ. I couldn't imagine like I said, you bought the Space Monkey for $4,000. My always downfall was I was against spending so much money until I bought a statue that was that money, and then I was like, well, that's the new normal now.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the killer.
And you know what? And back then, Sideshow did amazing deals, man. Like when they first released a statue, like for example, this Jango Fett. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm using Star Wars statues here, but
I like Star Wars. I can't go down that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And don't go down that rabbit hole because it's a pretty long hole. Okay. Anyway,
are we talking about Star Wars or are we talking about the other night there, PJ? I mean. This show's gonna get banned.
It's absolutely going to be taken down immediately after we're done. So this one, I remember when this first got released for pre-order, dude. The deal was that if you pre-ordered it for like the first month, you get double rewards points and free shipping.
Oh wow!
Right? Like I was like, yeah, no brainer, dude. $500, right? Free shipping. No tax, right? And I think shipping was $20.
Mhm.
Like, man,
Crazy.
that was a
And the
that was-
ES is 750. I saw.
yeah.
Now the ES is over 5,000. Well, what is it on? What is it for Mandalorian?
Oh,
Did they say
7,000.
7,000?
Yeah. You know, it's
And what is the
crazy.
statue?
I'm
Price?
sorry.
What's the price on it?
For the Django Fett it was like
No,
500
no,
bucks.
for the Mando, for the new Mando.
I think 600.
Okay.
You know, I remember Hulk versus Wolverine. That was like everyone's like first statue back then. It was 650, and then shipped 698.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I'm looking at my Django Fett. It was $500 shipped.
Well, even these pieces back here, the original Trinity, were they like 350 or 400 bucks?
Yeah,
So I mean, it's just they came a very long way. See, like I think the Superman was the first piece that I ever ordered from Sideshow directly.
Mhm.
But I mean, there are so many pieces in my collection that I was getting on eBay for $300 or $350. That I could not imagine. Like last week, we had Danny Lee on, and he was saying that he's in that excitement phase to keep buying stuff. I could not imagine being in that stage with today's prices for shipping, taxes. I would be like, oh, I can't do it unless
Yeah.
you have no children or you're retired and have no other expenses. I couldn't imagine it.
Yeah, and that's one thing too. Is like, all right, for the new collectors out there that's getting into the game, are they seeing these prices like, oh, that's a steal of a price? Oh, 2,500 Batman versus Joker. Ah, count me in. Oh, $1,100 for shipping, even better. I don't know, and again, like, please, guys, like, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from collecting. Please, if you want to do it, go ahead. Like, I'm just want to know if there's better solutions. Is there a strategic way of collecting in the future, or really, it's coming down to the point where there's a lot compared to Sideshow and what was out there during that time. There was, I
Yeah.
think, there was only Sideshow, right?
Yeah.
There was no XM, there was no Prime. I think Prime One wasn't a thing back then, right?
But PJ, do you think our mindset when the prices were that low, we could buy multiple statues constantly? I mean, I remember, every other week I had a new statue show up.
Yeah.
Today's collector may have a completely different mindset where, I'm only going to get one statue every couple of months.
Yeah.
That's what they're used to. So they're like, oh, I'm just going to keep on. And they're like, oh, look at all these brand new characters when it's just repeats. They're on their third or fourth repeat of the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And just makes you wonder like how things are going to play out because, when I first started collecting, like I remember like going to the first time I saw a premium format was at San Diego Comic-Con. And I would tell you exactly how it went. I'm like, oh, cool. Sideshow is here. What's this? Oh, look at this Thor. And it was the Thor, like where he was like, like one of the last Thor, not the Daniel Bell Thor, the last one before the Daniel one. And I remember I looked at that stat. I was like, oh, this is really, really cool. How much is this piece? 450? Oh, hell no. I'm out of here. I think I went straight to the comic section or this alley or something. I'm like, oh, hell no. I can't afford this. But I think my friend who is an enabler, Pete was like, hey, man, like you can afford that. I was like, really? I was like, hell no, $500? Like, that's a lot of money. He goes, no. The key is, and the key is in how he got me into collecting was payment plan.
Yeah.
When he introduced, hey dude, you could pay this in 6 months for like, I don't know, $50 a month or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's not bad.
Yep.
When you think about it that way. Like that's like maybe like a couple, I don't know, a couple times you go out for dinner.
Yeah.
And that's how. Yeah.
Raven in the chat, he kind of brings up a good point. He's saying that don't you think statue prices should be going down, not up with all
Right. Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. now, and it's good to go. It's got a lot of prep work before it's ready for paint.
Yeah, and right, like, but like
This
you
hobby
know,
is not nice.
yeah, but because again, was after.
It was Canadian quarters.
Yeah, but I just think now maybe like. Great about collectors is that we're resilient. It's our addiction, right? That makes. Has something planned for Fantastic Four, because I feel like every time like they come out with a statue, it kind of like coincides with what's in terms of Iron Studios is just like, hey, listen, we're gonna make everything X-Men.
Right.
It's like every said, like, I want to know how this whole 1099 thing is going to happen, because I always had a reason for my